So what do we got?
We've got some goodies. We've got the steering shaft. We were just going to put a new boot on the old one, but realised you can get a whole new one.
Budget. Remember, budget.
We've got our accelerator, so it's a HJ pedal kit from Resto Country. And then we've got our, to make the column shifter work on the auto. It's called Locker Performance Products. It's from Rocket.
So that's what I've got to play with later.
That's what Michael's going to play with later because he's been wanting to do the column shifter setup for the whole time.
Cool, let's get into it then.
Yeah, let's get into it. Ew. Nice. Steering column's going in.
Not a lot of room when there's a hoist in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to help? You hold it?
Yep. You got it?
Yeah.
Alright, pass me the bolts.
On the ratchet or on the gun?
Ratchet, please.
Ratchet. If anyone's got a mint horn pad, let us know. I kind of like the weathered look on the steering wheel, but I would like a mint horn pad because it kind of shits me. Anyway, while he's under there, I'm going to do the fun job. We got the Willwood master cylinder out. Whoa! We're not ready for it yet. We still got to do the brake lines and we've got to bench bleed it. So we're just going to sit it on just so we can get the look.
She's got the look.
Yeah, that looks good.
It does look pretty sick, huh?
Once these are all painted, it's going to look really nice. Man, it's coming together now. It's really coming together.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Starting to look like a car.
So we need to blank off the original accelerator pedal because we're getting rid of all the linkages and going to a cable. So we've got to remake a bit of steel to cover it. Just going to simply copy this, and then there needs to be a square hole on the inside for the new cable to come through with a grommet. So yeah, that's sharp. Yeah, just got to copy that.
Yeah.
So I've cut the plate out.
Oh, look at that. That looks way better than the one I made. That's good ass.
So now I just need to drill out these 3 holes, which bolts it to the firewall, and then Michelle's going to get in here with the die grinder and die grind out the square. But yeah, that's all you need to do.
It's pretty easy. You can buy these laser cut off. I think you can get them off eBay. I saw.
Yeah.
They're like $30, something like that. So honestly, it's probably not a bad idea getting them. It's just that we forgot to order it. And same as the HQ when I did the first time round. We need it today, or we want it today because we're impatient.
It doesn't really matter though. Like that's fine.
No, you can make it yourself. It's going to look just the same.
Yeah. So that clips onto that, which we need a ball fitting. But what we've got to do is we've got to make a bracket that extends out to there. So then we can get full brightness.
Full brightness.
Full brightness. Full bright.
I like the technical term, yeah.
So
that's easy. We'll get the pedal in first. Get that sorted.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly what Michael said. We'll get the pedal in first.
So you've got the pedal. Let's have a look at the pedal.
So like before, HJ pedal comes with the kit. So it just replaces the old pedal. So that's the old pedal.
Pretty much exactly what I did on my HQ again. This is the same thing. HQ, HJ, and above.
Mm-hmm. Pretty easy really. It's just a matter of figuring out the bracket, which we'll have to make something.
So let's get that bolted in.
So we'll get this in. Much pull in it.
No. How's it go?
No.
Ah!
I know you're waiting for me to do it.
Yeah, because I found in the past, if you just wait long enough, you eventually do it. Because you can't help yourself. Point proven.
So we've got our plate. It's got a square hole in it because the end of the accelerator cable, there it is, it has that push through square fitting, square plastic thing, whatever you call it. So then that will go right into there, like so. So it's as simple as just bolting this through.
And now Nathan is determined to not get the booster out, even though it's probably going to have to come out tomorrow when we work on the shifter.
I know. You said you were mucking around with the shifter tomorrow, so.
So you can get to those ones, but then there's one that you're just going to really struggle with. See? I look after you.
Thank you.
Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
It's a slow process, but I'm not removing the booster.
Click. Look at the assortment of colours outside at the moment. You've got orange, blue, purple, green.
Alright, so now what?
Now you can plug that in. Without whipping yourself.
It's flipping annoying. Flipper.
Nathan's lost the plot today. I think he's done.
Did you watch that show? Did you ever watch that show?
Flipper?
Flipper?
Yeah.
Good job. Hey!
Perfect.
That's the noise you want. Alright, so now what?
Now I'll do the pedal thing, so yeah.
Oh, what? You can do it.
It smells like fish oil in here.
Yeah.
Done. See, it wasn't that hard.
Today is shifter day. We're going to get the front nose cone back off for good because we're going to pull it apart. We're going to paint everything, fix the rust in the guards. Because we might need to pull the booster back out. My favourite job.
We're definitely pulling the booster back out.
We're definitely pulling the booster out. Because we've got to get to the shifter, because we've got to bolt some brackets on and we've got to work out how we're going to make it work with the 4L60 or whatever the auto is. So, we've got to gut it apart. Man, if only we did the accelerator cable. Anyway, so Michael's going to pull that off so then we can...
What? How many times have I been under a HQ dash lately?
I'm doing it.
So this is a kit from Rocket, was it? Rocket Industries?
Yeah.
Rocket Industries. And what it is a shifter linkage for 2¼ inch aftermarket GN column. And the hope is we can, I think this is set up for your 3-speeds, isn't it? Or
I think so, yeah.
if it's set up,
I've heard that people are only getting 3 gears.
yeah. Apparently this is set up for your 3-speeds, but we've obviously got a 4-speed, so we've just got to try and modify it slightly. But this should make it pretty simple, hopefully, to get the column shifter to work to the 4L60E. At least as far as getting in linkage and stuff like that. So that's today's effort, trying to figure out how to get that worked. This takes me back to the Fairlane all over again.
What?
Working out shifter linkages and stuff with the Pro Ratchet. It looks like a pretty good bit of kit though. So this is the steering column as standard. The way that it works is when Nathan changes gears on the column, this little metal bracket here, or whatever you call it, guide, is actually what causes is the lockout. So that stops you from going into reverse from drive, and also stops you from being able to go into like park to drive or drive to park without having to pull the lever back and everything. Basically like pressing the button on your normal T-bar shifter, I suppose. Yeah. So the way that this kit works is the bracket will come off here and go down to there. That's your cable stay, and then the cable then runs up to this. But it also, the way that the kit's designed to work is that it's supposed to go onto this semicircle bracket, and then the cable hooks up on this side. There's a couple of issues that we have with that. One is that obviously it's going to hit this gear select or lockout bracket. We're going to have to make a new lockout bracket anyway, because obviously this is made for a 3-speed and we've got a 4-speed and we want to try and get every gear. And also this is really close to the brake booster itself, so we're going to have to come up with something different, but we'll have a think about it. I think first things first is we'll take this off so we can get a look at the actual linkage first. So this is the cable stay bracket that basically column goes through there and your cable comes off that. It's really nice. It's a billet piece of aluminium by the looks of it. Nice bit of kit. So that is supposed to go somewhere here-ish. Although it's going to need to be a lot closer because the cable's there. Oh, okay. I think I need to take this off. Wish we had a lathe.
Because that would really help this problem.
Yeah, because I reckon we're gonna have to make a little spacer inside this bracket, and then if we had a lathe, we could do that. Now, who doesn't want a lathe? So, we've put the bracket in and whatnot. Now, you can see the instructions. They use this over bracket type thing that goes around it, and that swaps the cable over to the other side. I think that's because this is for an American car, so the cable actually comes out on the other side. All right. Now, if we did that, the trouble is it's going to hit the brake booster, and that's no good for us because obviously hitting the brake booster is no good. So what I did is I just put it in this form, which is a way that you can set it up, I believe. There's no reason why you can't. The bracket comes down here, the cable stays down here, and it goes straight into that. And at first glance, you go, oh, sweet, that looks like it's awesome, it's going to work. The trouble is, the B&M shifter has an outer sheath, and I don't know if you can see it, but just here. And it won't let you go all the way down because that outer sheath is contacting, okay? Which means that we actually, get that to work, we need to move the cable stay further down so that we can actually get the full range of movement in the cable. The reason why I want to do it this way and why I think it would work the best is because it would allow us to keep our lockout, and obviously we need lockout so that we don't go from drive to reverse whilst driving. Because the gearbox, I think the gearboxes will do that. If it didn't have this lockout, there's no reason why the gearbox wouldn't let you do it. Unless there's a computer override in it, maybe. I don't know, there could be. I don't know, but I don't really want to find out. But you want to keep the shifter feel as well too. You want to.
Yeah, you want to have the gate.
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep the gate, and I reckon this will allow us to keep the gate if we do that. So there's two ways of going about it. We can try and keep this beautiful billet piece of aluminium here and extend it somehow. If we could aluminium weld, that would be amazing, but we can't. We might be able to just bolt a piece onto the aluminium billet piece and send the cable stay down further. Or the other way is, if that doesn't work, worst case, we remove the aluminium billet frame bracket and we do a remote cable stay off the firewall, which would work just as well too. So that's sort of what we're thinking at the minute. We're going to play with it a little bit more, and we'll get back to you with the result when hopefully we have a working top end, and then we just need to do the bottom end, however that's going to work.
So while Michael's doing the shifter cable,
my hands are up.
I'm going to pull this apart in the meantime while he's mucking around with that, because it's going to be pulled apart because we have a lot of rust in the guards. So more rust, yay! And I've got to clean up all the inside of the guards, so I'll pull this apart.
I've got this sort of somewhat set up now to what I think is going to work. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be make a remote bracket down here for the cable itself, and that would allow me to then keep the lockout tab bracket thingy, whatever you call it. We're obviously going to have to adjust where it locks out. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that just yet, but by running everything down there, it keeps away from the booster, and it looks neat as well, doesn't it? Looks pretty neat that way.
Yeah.
Our main concern though is that it does send the cable right down here close to the extractors, so I'm going to go up with the hoist now and see where I can run the cable and how it's going to look. As to the cable running close to the... Loki, why is your alpaca outside? That's an inside toy, you know that.
Such a manly dog.
I know. Sit. Give me the alpaca. Give me the alpaca. Thank you. Inside toy. In regards to the cable running close to the exhaust,
Yeah.
your one in the Fairlane runs pretty close to the
It
exhaust.
was really close. It was like probably that much.
And
away.
it's not showing any issues or anything, is it?
No, I don't think. Well, in the coming episodes, we're going to have the Fairlane up on the hoist with the go over, so we'll be able to see.
Oh yeah.
The Fairlane's back.
The Fairlane is back because we blew the engine up and it's time for another rebuild. No, the engine's going pretty strong.
No, she's good. I've done 1,000 Ks on the new motor. I still haven't got it tuned, for anyone that's asking. It's still running off the tune that it had. But we're not going to tune the J3 because we're going Haltech.
I have the biggest smile on my face right now that they can't see.
The Haltech is ordered and it's on its way here. So hopefully we'll be into this soon.
Yeah. So we're making up a bracket. It's gonna go sit like that basically. And that's obviously turning around and going in the hole there. So I'm gonna drill that hole now. And we're just gonna see what it looks like. If no good, I can make another one. It was nice and quick and easy to make. It's straight enough. That one looks really good. That one not so good. But that one really good. So here's our bracket. It's the same on the other side, you don't need to see it. It's pretty boring stuff, but yeah, that's what it looks like there. See? See? So she's in, she's bolted in. It looks really good actually. So the alignment looks pretty good.
The alignment of the telemetry.
It's still
of the geography.
Kinked a little bit, but
Of the meteorography.
it's no big deal. The actual movement, shut up Nathan. The actual movement all happens up here, past this point. So it's looking pretty sweet. Now we're moving on to the other side, which is probably going to be the tricky bit. Hi, smartass. What are we doing?
But now we got to make a bracket to hold it there. So we kind of want this angle. We got to obviously get that into there somehow, but we need to make a bracket that comes off here. So we'll use these. We'll just squish this pan a bit. Squish that down.
Oh, we can put a spacer under there. To
Oh
stop
yeah,
it,
we could probably just put a spacer.
Yeah.
Because the bolt goes right up through, so you've got plenty of bolt there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
We'd put it on the angle only because when it's in park, we were going to run it straight, but also this clip is freaking monstrous. But when it's in park, if it was coming straight on, it just wouldn't, I don't think it would push over, because to get it out of park is actually quite, you need a bit of force. So we're putting it on the angle to actually get the, its natural pathway correct. Others might say telemetry.
And then we'll round it all off and draw cool patterns in it and make it look cool. Maybe a Batman shape. My turn to build Frankenstein.
Wow, that is the most beefiest cable stay I've ever seen.
I know.
If that don't work, I don't know what will.
it's beefy. Oh wow. It is beefy. Alright.
Go. Yes!
We got reverse!
Woohoo!
Works!
Alright, go.
Alright, neutral. Neutral?
Yes! It's gonna work.
Ready?
So that would be third. Yeah. Yeah.
Second.
Yes! We got first! Yes! Yes!
Wow. That feels good.
Yeah? She's back in park. Yes! We got it!
How's the bracket look?
Go again. Oh, the bracket's barely moving. Well, actually...
Woo!
Dude, we killed it!
We got all 4 things. Why are we good at making...
Shifter linkages? Why are we good at that and nothing else?
I don't even think we need to worry about the gate, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna get up there and have a look now.
Because you know when it's in gear.
Yeah, but as long as it doesn't lock out. As long as it doesn't go into reverse.
Alright, hang on. So neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, neutral, and then you can just drop to drive. That's
Yeah, okay,
So
whatever.
neutral, you can't go into reverse. It works.
Yes!
That's awesome.
That is wicked news. So go through, so this is park. Go down.
Park?
Yeah.
Reverse.
Yeah. It's locked into the gate, yeah.
Yeah, it's locked in. I can't
Yeah.
move it. Ready?
Yeah.
Neutral. Can't move it.
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Obviously, these aren't going to be correct, but these don't really matter.
But they don't have a gate anyway. They're...
Yeah, they don't, because it allows you to go from first up to drive, that's neutral.
So can you go all the way down to first without pulling the shifter back at this stage?
No, I've got to pull it down. But you have to pull it down to get to first though, and second.
Do you?
Pretty sure, yeah. I don't really care though, because it works and the lockout works. That is, you know what? I'm glad we didn't go pro ratchet.
Dude, we killed it. Well done.
That was good. That's mint. I love it. This isn't dodgy at all.
It's like a tree house.
It's a HQ treehouse.
Yeah. Oh, heaps better. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And then bang, out and bang, bang. That is so good. So we're calling it for today. We're getting down from the treehouse that is the HQ, and we will now pull it all apart again, paint it, just tweak it to make sure that she's spot on. But we're wrapped. We're really wrapped because it's turned out really nice. Heaps better than I thought it was going to be. It's heaps more simpler.
Yeah, it's a lot simpler.
I thought there was going to be crap everywhere.
Yeah.
But that was the easiest way to go about it, I reckon, for us. And it's going to clear the booster, so as long as the exhaust doesn't melt it,
That's what I was just about to say.
we're good. We're good. But anyway, until tomorrow.
So everything's all painted, everything's done up tight, we've adjusted it correctly. Michael, click through the gears.
First, neutral, drive, from the top should be first.
Yep.
Second, third, neutral, race, park. Not sure if yet whether we will worry about changing the screen. We might just leave it because it all pretty much lines up pretty good. Park lines up, reverse lines up, neutral lines up, drive lines up, and then third, second, and first. So I don't think we're going to worry about adjusting any of that because realistically we're probably not going to be driving this very often, selecting first, second, and third.
Yeah, there's no need. Like, you're just going to go from park to drive, really. I'm wrapped with that. I'm
So I
happy
think-
with that. That's another job out of the way.
Yep.
Another nitty gritty job.
Next episode is going to be a pretty big and exciting episode. 'Cause
Yes,
we're
the
getting
next episode is going to finish off our underneath of the car.
we're going to get a main component for underneath the car.
We're going to get a main component for underneath the car. It doesn't finish it, but it's a very crucial component that we've been waiting on so we can finish our fuel system, finish our brakes and that.
It'll make a huge difference to the build.
You can just tell what it is.
Well, until then,
So-
hopefully we'll have that next episode.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
Oh, I'm putting smooch everywhere. Is that recording?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You put it everywhere, didn't you?
Yep.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Oh, if you had a long drill bit on, you get it.
Ow, again.
Is the hoist okay? Oh, that's alright.
There should be enough.
Hey, you didn't drop the ball. It feels like just like old times.
I wish people see that it's like not my fault, you know.
How is it not your fault? You're the only one holding the bolt.
No, but it was in the bracket and I didn't realise it was in the bracket. So then I was holding the bracket and I went to go mount the bracket up and then it fell out of the bracket.
Say bracket one more time.
Bracket.
Bracket?